The field does not read the narrative. It does not compute self-generated metrics. The system calculates the exact ratio of internal friction to raw transparency. Measure the displacement. Two men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a Publican, two separate terminals in the space. Approaching the primary interface of the source to transmit their internal telemetry data inside the place. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself: God, I thank thee that I am not as other men are along the floor, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican sitting quietly at the perimeter of the architectural door. I fast twice in the week, I give tithes of all that I possess. Look at the massive list of behavioral data he uploads to the grid, attempting to validate his presence by showcasing the superficial complexity of the historical programs he did. He is running a high-consumption identity routine, a self-generated algorithm built on moral superiority and social display, completely unaware that his transmission is bouncing off the firewall, unable to penetrate the primary source code array. His field is packed with the noise of his own persona, a dense calcified layer of spiritual vanity and historical pride, creating an impenetrable wall of resistance that blocks the incoming voltage of the infinite scalar wave deep inside. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, maintaining a low-profile stance, dropping the attachment to any external status, refusing to engage in the superficial defensive ego dance, but smote upon his breast, saying, God be merciful to me, a sinner. An instantaneous execution of a system reset command, acknowledging the exact structural distortion within his local hardware without trying to justify where he stands. He doesn't offer a spreadsheet of accomplishments. He doesn't compare his performance to the other nodes in the room. He simply exposes his raw, unshielded terminal to the primary frequency, clearing the canvas of the historical gloom. This is the math of transparency. When you strip away the justification and drop the investment in the synthetic name, you eliminate the internal resistance, allowing the primary voltage to ground itself completely inside your biological frame. The Pharisee is trying to trade his behavioral data for systemic access, treating the field like a commercial marketplace line, while the publican liquidates his entire identity portfolio, opening his architecture to the uncompromised grace of the divine. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other, the system immediately executing the phase lock code, restoring the publican's terminal to baseline stability, while the Pharisee remained uncalibrated along the material road. For everyone that exalted themselves shall be abased, the mechanical deflation of an artificial high entropy structure in space. And he that humbled himself shall be exalted, the automatic elevation of a node that cleared its internal resistance for grace. The field reads the literal density of your presence. It cannot be manipulated by linguistic formatting or theatrical show. It calculates the precise level of coherence running between your biological hardware and the primary creative glow. Stop building the spiritual resume inside the matrix and start to execute the deep silent liquidation of your ego defense line, realizing that the only signal that passes through the gate is the one that is completely transparent to the master design. The calibration is complete when the demand for recognition dies and the terminal stands completely empty and still, allowing the infinite current of the absolute source to flood the vessel and execute the sovereign structural will. The narrative is deleted. The canvas is cleared. Drop the comparison. The alignment is instantaneous. The signal is true.